Okay. Hello everyone. I have my new Samsung S7, so I'm trying that out. Sorry if it's a little unstable. I'm trying the video out. It's all right. We'll see how it comes out. I just wanted to do a quick unofficial review of Blade Runner before the feeling goes away after it's been a couple days when I do my official review. I saw it tonight. I did not see it in IMAX, thankfully, because I probably would have died. I did see it in the newest theater we have, and I didn't know it was redone. And there was a bunch of recliners. There's a bunch of recliners and like food trays that go in and out that you can. I was like, it was so awkward because I was next to like strangers, and I was just like, it was just like the recliners. They go up slowly, and it makes noise, and it's just everyone's kind of like awkwardly putting their recliners back, and it's just weird kind of kicking it with people you don't even know and whose face you've never even seen. So that was weird. First experience with that kind of theater. But anyway, I'll get into it. So I gotta say first that I did not see the original Blade Runner. I've never seen it. So people said you wouldn't get this, but I got it fine. I don't really think you need to see, it's not like necessary to enjoy the movie that you see the first one, in my opinion, because I quite enjoyed the movie, and I didn't see the first one. And I don't know, I might even be glad. When I watched the first one, I might be glad that I saw this one first. It's kind of like The Hobbit. I saw the second one first and I fell in love with it. I don't know why. Maybe that's just there's something wrong with me, but I fell in love with the second Hobbit, watched the first and so on. So I don't know. So I haven't seen the original Blade Runner, but I hear it had this very eerie feeling to it, and I don't know if it was captured the same in this movie, but it had the strangest, most surreal feeling to it that I can't really explain. I've never felt that watching a movie before. I don't even know what to categorize it as. I don't know if I could put it in thriller. I don't know if I would. I don't think that might be the closest one. I wouldn't put it in action because there actually wasn't a lot of action at all. I also heard the original one is pretty slow paced, and in my opinion, this one is as well very slow paced. It's a 2-hour and 43-minute long movie. Which I've sat through movies before, hour and a half, and I haven't, and I've gotten tired of the movie in an hour, but I never got tired of this movie, even though it's 2 hours and 43 minutes. So, it is quite a big chunk of time, but I never felt a moment where I wasn't like gravitating towards the screen. Everything was interesting and important, it seemed. It got maybe a little too much in the second part of the movie. When he goes to Las Vegas and everything. It got a little long there, and but that's when it dragged a little bit, I felt, but I loved the first part. I don't know. I don't know why. I think everyone who worked on this film just did their job very well. I mean, the people who created this world did an excellent job. It didn't rely too much on CGI. I mean, obviously they had to CGI a lot, but it didn't rely solely on CGI. And what they did CGI was really, really good CGI. You couldn't even tell. But they used a lot of sets and props and everything, and I really liked that. They didn't just go the easy route and CGI everything. And the world was just amazing. The world that they created with this, it's very eerie. I can't really compare it to anything. It's 2049, so that's like 32 years from now. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's late. Yeah, I think it's 32 years from now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll figure it out anyway. Math, right? So I gotta say that one of the greatest, I think the best part about it is the feeling that it creates, this weird, surreal, I hear the word hallucinatory feeling, just very eerie, very quiet, very strange, very calm, and I loved that. And even though I think my favorite part about it is the soundtrack. The soundtrack really impressed me in the beginning. it's kind of a juxtaposition. I don't know, to me, you have this futuristic world, and then you have the soundtrack, which is very, like, primal, and very, like, I don't know the instrument, but it's, like, very, it's very primal, very, I don't want to say ancient, but it kind of feels that way, you know? And I loved it. I loved the soundtrack. It really got me into it. But I don't know, man. I think what really topped it off was the acting. I know good acting when I feel like I know good acting when I see it. And Ryan Gosling has never really, like, super impressed me. I mean, I've always had a big crush on him, but I've never been like, oh, he's a great actor. And maybe I just haven't seen enough of his movies. But after I watched this movie, this was the best thing I've ever seen him in, and he so great. The character that he plays, he's not like the self-righteous hero, or he's not good, he's not bad, he's just kind of there, and you don't feel like he's necessarily the hero, but he's definitely not the bad guy. He's just a guy who's trying to figure things out, who's been, you know, put in this non-human class his whole life, and he doesn't really know who he is, and then he finds out maybe he is, well, I don't want to give it away, but I think the first movie gives it away. So, I mean, I think the first movie kind of predicts. I had to figure some stuff out on my own that I think the first movie probably would have given me, but it wasn't. They figured that the audience was. They really made it like they didn't make the audience feel like they're dumb and give you everything, you know. But they didn't make you try and, like, figure. Your brain didn't have to work over hard to figure out everything that was going. No, it was very clever, I thought. And Ryan Gosling and everyone else. I mean, everyone else, the female actresses, and I haven't seen them before, so I don't know their names, but the female actresses killed it in this movie. Oh, I do know Robin Wright. She was pretty good. They killed it. And I was so impressed with the acting. Like I said, everyone did their job here. And some of these moments are just so raw. Like, there's a scene where Ryan Gosling is with this woman in a lab, and, like, it was my favorite scene because both of them just did an incredible emotion, and it really got me. And the end of the movie, like, it had a way of making you feel, but not quite knowing what you're feeling. You're kind of feeling with Ryan Gosling, his character. You're kind of feeling what he's feeling, I think, but you don't quite know what that is. But it's like I said, great job. But I think I just like this movie so much because it just gave me a feeling that I've never had before watching a movie. Maybe the theater experience probably helped it, but I mean, I've never, that eerie, quiet, but somehow, like, beautiful atmosphere that they created was so wonderful, and Ryan Gosling just lived in that world perfectly. I mean, I don't know. I think people have other opinions, and I've heard it was all right and stuff. And if you're expecting action, I mean, you're not going to get a lot of action. But what the action that does happen, the action that does happen is it's not like contrived. You know, like, fight scenes are always contrived, and you can kind of see. But when the action happens, it's like it's human. It's like that's how a fight would really go. Especially in the end. Like, I loved the end scene, one of the end scenes. Like, the fight is so human. It's not contrived, and there's not a lot of weapons. That's what it really got me with the music and everything else. I mean, everything came together and made it a great movie, and it was so strange, and it was just the little artistic things. There were some just little artistic things, like the water shadows on the walls, or the gadgets they used, which were so practical. Like, you can imagine that we would come up with that in 30 years because maybe we'd need that. They make a lot of sense. And just little things, like just little artistic things that just really made it. I don't see it more as an action movie, as like a work of art. I gotta look up the filmmaker because I'll do that for the review, but somebody killed it just with everything, and I think other people are gonna have different opinions depending on what they expected. For sure, if maybe it didn't follow the first movie as well, and maybe it's not action. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of high stress scenes, but I was always gravitating towards the screen, and I always was feeling something. I was always feeling something, and that's the kind of movie that I want to be in. That I'm immersed in the world, and my imagination is working, and I'm feeling. That's the kind of movie that I want to be in, and this is a movie I don't buy movies on DVD, but I'll buy this one on DVD probably. I can't wait until it comes out again. Can't wait for the soundtrack to come out, because that's some good steady music, probably. But it's yeah. So I would recommend seeing it if you have the time. I would do it. Especially if you like, I think I think it was a very artistic movie. So if you like, kind of want to see what they did with it, go for it. But I didn't think it was boring. I was with it the whole time, and I had to go to the bathroom too, and I sat there the whole time because I didn't want to miss anything. So, yeah, worth it to me. Let me know what you think. I want to know what you think. I have a discussion about it because I think other people have different opinions, and I'd like to see what they think. So let me know. Otherwise, it's pretty late. I should probably go to bed, but I probably won't. All right, guys. I'll see you Wednesday for the official review. But thank you for watching. If you watch this, all right. Good night, guys.